Very good morning to one and all. Welcome to Lifestyle with Din. My name is Dinkrit Sethi. Today we will talk about a very important concept of life while I do a little bit of warm up for my workouts. So, life is a marathon, not a sprint. And make sure that you have other marathon runners with you while you are running this ultimate race of life. Otherwise, you will get distracted yourself. You won't add value to someone's life, and neither will you add value to your own life. Rather, your energy will get dissipated and diluted. So, when I coach holistically, I take real pride in my coaching. I don't coach everyone. I coach on reference and invites, particularly because there has to be an alignment with a client in terms of energy, whether it's just physical movement, mental, emotional, spiritual. All of holistic coaching revolves around this concept of aligning with someone's mentality. And it is an irony that a lot of people have to go through a lot of misery and bad experiences to really take that holistic accountability and responsibility for their life. I wish people could understand it in simpler ways, but it is really difficult. As I start off with a little bit of warm up of my wrists, very important. So I'm just shifting body weight from side to side. And what I'm trying to say is that people don't take genuine, serious responsibility for themselves and still keep playing around, even if they're taking, if they've gone through minor experiences, they still like playing around a lot with themselves, thinking that, maybe going through some therapy sessions, going to yoga stretch session or some breath work or traveling and retreating around the world will heal them. It does not, because you are not putting in your whole self into it. You're going in for a little change. You're not going for a holistic transformation of your ideology. And I don't use the word holistic in terms of an advertisement, but more in terms of the importance of, or the lack of any other word to express what one has to do in order to maybe heal themselves, take themselves further, find purpose and grow. So now I'll relay a case. There have been so many beautiful cases in my life in terms of me and my clients who've really thrived. I'm really, really proud and really grateful in terms of the impact that has happened. A lot of people have gone beyond their darkness and become illumination for the world. There have been a lot of manifestations. A lot of people have overcome addictions, and they were already successful in the world's eyes, but then they became successful in their own eyes. Millionaires have gone into becoming multimillionaires. People have manifested $1 million houses, not in India, abroad. People have changed their geographies, their jobs. High performers have really given themselves that qualitative change. So I'm really, really proud not only of them but of myself, because I have listened to the divine transmission that was inching me towards becoming a coach 7-8 years ago, and it has been developing since 20 years. And foregoing all that I did to do this, all the sufferings, it's all worth it. But then sometimes some things happen that I have to point out to showcase to people that you have to start taking yourself a little more seriously than what the world wants you to experience. That's why life is a marathon, not a sprint. And you have to understand that the world will push you into that sprint mindset, that consumer mindset, feed something, get instant validation. And this is a case that started 4 years ago. This case history is very funny. There was this friend of mine and who had referred another friend of hers, a European lady, and a girl who wanted some help. And I could really feel it with her energy and how she expressed herself when I was having a first conversation with her. Because she was coming out of a credible reference, so I took her seriously. And she was talking to me about how India holds importance to her, and a lot of personal and other aspects. And I could find some energy alignment, and I gave her that space to express herself and understand things about her. And till the extent that when it came to the fact that there was an energy exchange and everything, she was pretty much up for it. I knew she would benefit from something like this. Otherwise, I don't want to take the money or the wrong energy, because that spoils my karma. I wanted to help her out, but then she backed off and gave herself time because she had to make a visit or a trip somewhere. Though this was important to her, she realized it, but she didn't take herself that seriously. And again, whatever I did, I gave her my time and energy. She didn't take that seriously, but that was fine, because I know that people take, like, I've waited for people for 1 or 2 years to be ready in their mind to take that leap of faith. And that's what the investment in a coach is like, a leap of faith, so that you're willing to let your own mind behind and allows to reflect with someone else who has seen and experienced more, who has all the not only theoretical but practical and energetic proof, the presence, to be a better reflective mirror for you. But then your self engagement is essential, otherwise nothing happens. So I thought that she's not ready, and I started doing my own things. But then she came back after 6 months again. Again, conversation starts, this starts, and I'm in the middle of a lot of energetic things in my life. I'm dealing with my beautiful health partners, clients, and it requires a lot of energy, and their lives are in different places. Some are overcoming darkness, some are spreading their wings, and everyone is in different zones, and I have to totally be there for them. So I have to take out some space, some energetic space for her, and which she won't understand till the time she's experienced that higher energy. But then what happens is, then she comes again the same conversation happens to the brink of the invoice being sent, and again she ghosts. Fine, I'm okay, I'm fine. I'm like, she's going through her own situations and it's okay. So recently, again the same situation happened. She again approached. I made certain considerations based upon her situation, that she might not be having money, but these people from countries in Europe are far ahead of us in terms of their capitals and how they see money. So even if I create like a good space in terms of the energy exchange for her, she was very much interested, and she's like, okay, I'll just do it right now and all that, and she wanted to go ahead with it. I waited. I was like, why not? Let's do it. I aligned myself. I was like, yes, I'm here to give good people chances, which I usually don't do. I only align with the people who have filtered through my forms, filtered through this, their faith in me. Otherwise, nothing works as a coach. So after the third attempt, again, she, after 8 days, ghosted on me, and I just sent one little text and then gone. I didn't want to talk too much now, because it had been 3 times that I had seen this happen, and this is a pattern where they want to do something about it, but they're not they're not ready to go all in. And if you're not going all in, you're not stepping in with faith, you're wasting your time, just like I am without doing my warm-ups. So I'll carry on my little warm-ups, and I'll do some rollbacks while I talk. So deep squat holds, these are easy to have a conversation. I won't be gasping for breath. So now what happens is, now on the hindsight, we are all related in the digital world, and we can see what everyone is doing, where I always am accountable. I'm always showing up, always consistent with my content, all that. Not because I want to get famous, but because consistency is the art of mastery and high performance. So I always engage, whether I'm in the bestest of hotels and hostels and beaches, or at home just in my humble abode, just doing my bit. Like right now, I try to make it an expression of consistency and authenticity, the raw expression of it, because that inspires people. When he's doing it everywhere and he's where he is, why can't we? So that's my aim. And but also I get to see a lot of people doing a lot of stuff, and now I see some stories for this particular lady, and very happy in the moment. Okay, deep inside I know that happiness hides a lot of inner scars and problems, which I know of, and I don't want to name her. I can name her. I don't really now I don't really bother, because I want to be vulnerable and I want to share this with life, because life is making this happen to me so that I can absorb it and share it with others so that they can learn something from it. So now she is at a concert from far away taking a photo of a celebrity and very happy while doing it. And I am surprised. She might have spent 4 times or 5 times the money that I was asking as an energy exchange. Otherwise, this energy that we share doesn't carry forward. There is no depth in conversation. I'm just giving off advices in free. No one absorbs it, which I know, which I've worked on for years, and I understand it. No matter what anyone says to me, I will not go against the fact that a coach should charge handsomely and reward themselves for what they do. Not just a money thing, but an energy thing. But what I saw was that she's gone ahead, bought some tickets for this concert, traveled a lot to be there, spent 4 to 5 times the amount on that one experience, which is nothing more than a momentary high. And she's not willing to do the deep work that is involved with her. I'm not just saying stick to me or work with me, no, but the mentality. And this mentality is also not her fault wholly, because this is what the society promotes, to indulge in instantly gratifying experiences and paying a lot of money for it, because they make it appear as if you will feel something very great, and then coming back to your normality and your lifestyle after 3 days, and then being even worse than you were, because hedonic adaptation is the word, where you come back from feeling very high in life, and then you come back and you're like, oh, my life is actually not that high and it's miserable. And then you need another dose, then you spend more money to do that. So you end up spending so much more money, rather than, with me, it was a holistic coaching where I educate, empower, and let you be after, say, 3 months, 6 months, year or two, where you become your own self mastery coach, okay? And that expenditure is a one time, and then you are sorted to handle yourself for life. But these instant validational sprint expenditures never end. So it's like just a band-aid that you're putting over a wound, which is internal. And yeah, I'm shocked and surprised at how this intelligent generation doesn't understand these basic things. They're so intelligent, they know their issues, but they are, in a way, helpless in front of their own eyes. And they like indulging in all these concerts and all these foreign trips and all these vacations, which give them instant gratification, which are like sprints, but they don't want to do something which will really help them live optimally for longer and sustainable. And I mean, I can get the access to wealth because I am abundant and I am a recipient of money from the accountancy of the cosmos. I don't need to ask someone again and again. But this greatly shows to me this one trait that I have lived with, like as a coach, where I want to work with people. Yes, sustenance is important, but then at the end of the day, I can't put myself out there and ask them to invest on themselves too much. It's their responsibility, and if they don't feel that energy and presence in someone else, then don't initiate discussions. Don't confuse other people who are already doing deep energy work, because you're not only violating my time, energy and space, you're also violating the time, energy and mindset of the people I'm working with around the world, who are actually on good paths. They are on their journeys. So that's the message today. Take life as a marathon, not a sprint, and always value someone else's time, energy, because your money is not the answer to someone's problems. Okay, you're biting off much more than that when you're narrating your life cases to them. And some people are sensitive to energy. I was really sensitive. I'm really sensitive to when people talk to me about certain things, and then that hampers or affects me, and then the lives that I'm aligned with gets affected. So people should get more aware, more conscious. This will not make sense to people who are less aware, people who are mindless, who are thinking that what's the point. But I believe that if you're listening to me till right now, this will make sense to you, that we have to be a little more aware, little more conscious about the integrity and sovereignty of other humans, especially coaches. People take us for granted, but no, I don't waste time. I don't market myself that much. I work on references and invites only because I really value my energy and what it can do for certain people who believe and have faith in me, who invest in themselves and me. So that is very important, and that's why I wanted to just call this out. Now I'll do some back rolls. I have some burpees to do, some flips to do, and but before that this had to come out of me. And this is just a general case study, and I'll keep bringing these things to you. These are very real to life, not made up. Reality teaches us much more than all the books in the world. So this reality teaches us to be more mindful, treat life as a marathon, not a sprint, and involve people like yourself in your life. So if you're in the sprint era of your life, be with other sprinters and don't disturb people who are running a marathon. With that being said, if such slow formed content is good for you, then might as well indulge with this post, this video, and so that others can also get an ear to it. The algorithm can make it reach to the right kind of ears. And you make the best day ever. Namaste.